niggas on deck, check. Tell the boss man I quit, check. Pull up to the club and flex, check. 50 hanging off my neck, check. Ride with my niggas on deck, check. Tell the boss man I
boom,
quit,
clap
check.
the sound of my heart. The beat goes on and on and on and on. And boom, clap, make me feel good. Come on to me, come on to me. Hello and welcome to Pride Month on the Rapcast, the number one LGBTQ plus allied rap podcast. We'll cut that in a way that makes way funnier.
I was gonna say it's probably the best intro we did so far, with the little back and forth with you singing and me doing the clapping until you did the Pride stuff, and then I was okay. So now we already have the cut. First thing, it's also Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, so everyone just send Alex your love. I think is the main goal.
To me, mental health, that should be like December, November, something like that.
Yeah, June is like, I'm good in June no matter what's going on, really.
Do I really need extra help with mental health?
Oh, so we're assuming this is dropping in June, by the way, already. We're already setting ourselves up for failure here.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but we just dropped a landmark episode, I suppose. The 420, the not 420 Rapcast special is out now, I think. It's been a process. It's been a process.
And the full, uncut, uncensored, uncircumcised version of the show is on our website.
New website, brand spanking new website. Jay Pasty, who's not here today, Josh, aka Jay Pasty, aka PJ Martian, did our new website, so go check it out. It'll be on the screen now, and links below. I'm Andrew, aka Buzzkill. This is Alex, buddy Alex, that is.
Yes.
And we're the Rapcast, and we got to get going here. I got a hard out.
Yeah. I got about 5 minutes.
I'm already hard and I'm out already. I gotta go.
What if you're having sex and you're saying so I got a hard out in 5.
Yeah.
What?
Speaking of, yes, I had very big hard drive issues. Could have lost my whole entire life. And then shout out Computer Star in Mississauga. They fixed my shit up. Good. They cleaned me up good. Yeah, so we put a lot of work into the last show, so go check it out, please, and thank you. We're not sure
little peek behind the curtain. He does all the editing work. I sit on my ass and come up with opinions.
Yeah, you look pretty for the show.
Yes.
So yeah, welcome to the Rapcast. If you're unfamiliar with us, which I kind of hope you are, honestly, then this is kind of the vibe of the show. We just goof around, talk about hip-hop music, which we're going to get into. And I think we have a good place to start this week. Because we're both repping the merch right now. If you can see us, also if you're listening, everything's available on audio platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that stuff. But we urge you to check out our YouTube page and subscribe at SuperFinger Inc. That goes the same with our Instagram and TikTok. We're not using X anymore because fuck Elon. And you'll find us all of our pretty faces there. We like doing the video podcast. It's nice. Just more work for me.
And look at these beautiful posters.
We're starting to get a new setup here behind us. Let us know what you guys want on the wall. We got a new Thundercat poster here. What else is new to the wall here, Alex?
I think the Nas Illmatic one, that was pretty new as well.
That one's new. And the blonde one is new. The ASAP Rocky one down there, you can't see it because of the lamp right now. Let's just get rid of this bad boy.
Man, you still
can't see it. Still can't see it because the fucking...
Because there's a mandolin.
The mandolin is there, yeah. Goddamn
We're
mandolin.
a musical family.
We are, yeah. There's a guitar back there. And then Alex got some new stuff on his side. Good Kid, Mad City. Tyler, Creator, Igor. You can see there's two Travis Scott ones over there, which is I take issue with, but we'll figure that out. It's a work in progress.
We're
vinyl,
waiting. Our vinyl of the week.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
That kind of leads us in. TDE signee, R&B magnate.
Good words.
And overall excellent performer, Sir, from Inglewood, finally made his performance happen this time. Fans of the Rapcast will know that last summer we tried to have our R&B extravaganza.
Yeah.
Ended up being only a Lucky Day show. It was supposed to be
a great
Sir
show
and Lucky Day.
Yeah.
But because of the implications of the Great Rap War of 2024, which we have talked about ad nauseum,
yes,
the show was canceled. The venue was owned by Drake in part.
Co-owned, yeah, in part, yeah. We're in Toronto, by the way, if that wasn't clear. This is all happening in Toronto.
The Blue Jays hat gives it away.
Yes, that's true. I should have known that. But he said so. We saw Sir in Toronto at Rebel, which used to be Sound Academy. We saw a lot of artists back in the day. We saw Gambino there, my first ever rap concert.
2 Chainz.
We saw 2 Chainz, Lil Yachty, Mac Miller.
I think I saw an outdoor Schoolboy Q show.
Right, yeah, around that area.
It's
a weird area though. I really don't like that. I like the venue fine, but the area is so terrible to get down to. Like having to take the bus and there's nothing around it. You can't pregame beforehand. It's very strange.
I wonder if this is an Ontario thing, but like a city on the lake. It's got this beautiful waterfront, and then on the waterfront, there's all this industrial shit zone area with little parts mixed in where you might want to go, but most of it is a no-go zone.
Yeah.
So you take a 20-minute long bus ride to get into there from Union Station, but wasn't that bad altogether. We did take an Uber.
Yeah, it was fine. Well, just because we took an Uber because we needed to get there early, because I had bought these tickets, I don't know, maybe about a month before the show, 3 weeks before the show. And I've been taking some concert photography. Go check out my photo Instagram. And
a couple bands, Bedouin Sound Clash.
Yeah.
The Rex.
Yep. I'm a fan of those guys. And maybe USS this Wednesday. I got accepted for USS comeback show. Don't know if I can go, so we'll see.
Whoa.
But
big news.
Yes. I bought the tickets already, and then like a week after that, I was looking through shows to submit to through Live Nation, and Sir was one of them because I looked for him before and he didn't show up, so it was very recent that they were accepting photographers for the show. And I was like, oh, I already got a ticket. I'll apply, whatever. I'm probably not going to get it. A few days before the show, I got an email saying I got accepted. So I'm like, okay, great. I have a ticket already. I'm not sure how this is going to work, but I don't want to have to sell the ticket and then miss the rest of the show. So I wanted to get there early so I can take photos of Sir, and those photos will be on screen right now. And I'll show you after the show as well, because I got those all finished up.
Nice.
And it was a great time. It was an interesting experience being 3 feet away from the guy. A few shots.
Breathing in his
got
sweat.
him. He was sweating for sure. A few shots of the guy. He was looking right in my lens, which is neat. And we had a chance to meet him after the show, because they said if you wait by the merch table and if you get something, he'll be there after the show. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
But we had to catch the last train, so we got out of there, unfortunately.
Yeah, really interesting way of experiencing a concert with when your friend's doing the photography there.
And you have to see. I left you alone for.
So I was
30,
that weird
minutes.
guy you see at the concert.
You were alone, but you weren't alone.
Not with somebody, but I think that I did a pretty good job of being a concert goer. Respectful.
I have an argument
I didn't bump into too many people. I still had fun. I saw a lot of boyfriends there.
Yeah.
Boyfriends at concerts, please just show a little bit of interest. Like, I get that you have to be cool all the time. If you're a guy,
you can't show your emotions, your excitement very often.
But like, we're all trying to have fun here. Like,
yeah.
And this is a thing in general. It's definitely a bigger if you go to like a Taylor Swift show and there's all the boyfriends like sitting there. Looks
trying
like
not to check their sports betting apps every other fucking song.
It was less egregious than that because I felt like there was more couples where they both fucked with Sir.
Yeah.
And the general vibe of R&B rap type stuff. But I did see a couple of guys that it just bums you out. You see the guy standing completely still.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, like.
I mean, it wasn't the most like active crowd, like physically, but vocally, a lot of very good, I think.
There was a lot of people singing along, and Sir, one of the great moments of the concert was when he asked, like, yo, does anybody know the Sabrina Claudio part of this one song? Which song was it?
New Sky, I want to say.
And somebody did.
Might have been New Sky, I can't remember.
And they passed the mic over to her for her parts of the song, and
she killed it. She killed it.
It was great.
I've never seen that go well, you know? I typically
prepared for the worst.
Yeah,
like,
that might have been one of the first times that because a rap show typically doesn't happen where they get someone from the audience to come up. But I've seen videos of it online.
There was the famous Kendrick's
yes,
incident.
Exactly. Yeah, but I've never seen it actually happen live when I'm there. So I'm like, okay, this is interesting.
No. Something that might happen at a Logic show.
Oh yeah, I could see that. Yeah, yeah. See the wave of fucking white hands raise up.
So many people like that's their fantasy as like a 15-year-old boy.
Oh
like,
yeah, that was my fantasy. Come on, I could rap all of gang related to you, no problem.
Whoa, shit.
Because I am gang related for sure, and there's no doubt about that in anyone's minds watching this.
We are also a criminal enterprise here, so
SuperFinger Inc. Yes, it is.
hit the links below for all of our
guns and ammunition.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it was a stacked set list. He played every hit. He didn't play Ignorant off of Heavy with Ty Dolla $ign because he played a lot of songs with prominent features. I was kind of expecting Ignorant to be one of the songs, and then we kind of realized afterwards, like, he didn't play Ignorant. Like, that's might have been kind of a miss.
He did Life Is Good. That's a song with a he did
Hair Down with Kendrick.
That was a great one.
Kendrick wasn't there, of course.
The song with Anderson .Paak from the last album.
Yep, he did that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we could just go through the list. I mean, Karma, that's another one where there's a feature that, I mean, he has a lot of features on his songs, but it doesn't really take away from the song, like, playing
because there were some times where the background singer would do it. Background singers, plural, because one of them was his older brother, I think, and he also opened the show. And then there was another singer, was Levin Cali or something.
Yes.
And they were pretty good, too. I saw both of those, or I saw the second performer from the VIP section where I was chilling with the other photographer, shout out Mike.
Oh, very important person.
Yes, sir. But it was difficult having to get to you from the pit, the photo pit, and have to go through the crowd. That's why I stayed for the second performance. Just stayed in the VIP because I needed to make sure I got Sir first thing.
Yeah. The openers were good. The crowd was receptive to them.
Yep.
I think there were some people that were legit fans of Levin Cali.
Yes.
And that was an interesting act. It wasn't all it wasn't that much for me.
It was cool instrumentation. He was killing it on the drums for a sec.
But it was definitely
it's not necessarily my sound.
It was giving Steve Lacy,
yes,
some Childish Gambino thrown in there.
Yeah,
could be an artist to watch coming forward.
Yep.
I put a couple of his new songs on my playlist. So
yeah, I was able to because the thing is, I can only shoot the first 3 songs for these performances typically. I got 4 for Sir somehow. They kind of just forgot about me, and I was doing a part of 5, and I'm like, am I allowed to? Am I getting in trouble for keep shooting? So I just went back, but yeah, I mean, he mentioned one of the first things he mentioned was the fact that he couldn't play in Toronto last summer. He said Drake by name.
I kind of got caught in the middle of a beef that I had shit to do with. I just want to say right now, I did not cancel my show last year. Drake did. No. But real talk, it was like some complications, and it was too close to home for a lot of people. So the venue in Toronto, which was partially owned by Drake, canceled the show completely. Then when we tried to switch venues, the next venue was like, nah, we ain't fucking with it. I ain't taking no motherfucking chance. You gonna get your ass beat in Toronto. I was like, right? But
he mentioned how he tried to switch it to another venue, and all the venues in Toronto were like, fuck you, we're not touching you with a 10-foot pole with the shit going on right now. So it's crazy how the ecosystem of Toronto venues, like everyone knew about this beef, like everyone, obviously. And how it impacted him is crazy. We're lucky he dropped a deluxe and went on another tour route, so it might have been years since to see him again.
Yeah. I was thinking about how he didn't, like at the Lucky Day show, they did the whole bring the girl up on the stage and like he's doing like a lap dance while doing the song. There wasn't as much of that at this
No.
show, but it was a lot of. It was
He took his
still
shirt
a lot
off
of
a few times.
taking the shirt off aspect.
Hard to make me wanna take it easy. You deserve the best. I want you to remember it's incredible. See, this was never meant to be what it feels like. This ain't your real life. I'm not real.
Which is definitely a staple in R&B shows.
Yeah.
That's not really rap. Like when you go to a rap show, you're not really expecting that.
Yeah. Or it's not really a moment if they do it necessarily.
Yeah, like I don't know, 50 Cent or whatever, he might take his shirt off, but
Yeah.
like maybe not. I don't know.
I don't know. I think
Amine would probably take his shirt off.
That's true.
Got a couple of woos, but it's
Probably
not
get some booze there. I don't know.
Yeah, he's not like jacked.
I'm
or
sure he's a
anything.
built guy.
But yeah, like where are the fat R&B singer representation? Can we talk about this issue? Like, because I was up there feeling
Broadwave.
True.
Fucking
I just-
Lizzo.
I want to feel seen up there, you know.
Right.
No, not that I'm like a hefty man or anything, but
Teddy Swims. He's a white guy. R&B singer. I think he's heavier.
true.
Jelly Roll.
I want to live in a world where they take their shirt off and everyone goes whoa, like as if the person is jacked, you know.
Right. But it's someone like you.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I think the level of hair on your chest may prevent that from someone's like, oh, he's just another shirt underneath there.
Yeah.
I guess.
A shirt off guy, like that's a completely different type of person. Like I've never really
Because they wait for every opportunity to take their shirt off, and they look for opportunities to do so.
yes.
They probably wear something heavier on a summer day just to make sure they're going to take it off at some point when they're out in public.
Yes. Have you seen the dreaded half shirt?
Now explain this to me. Is this a crop top or what is this? Is this a half face?
It's more than
Like
a
a
crop
two-face?
top. It's a legit shirt
Just
that
the
just
nipples.
stops right here.
Now is this on men or women?
As
that we're
a
seeing?
guy,
As
this
a man?
was on like one of those dating shows. We saw it like a few years ago, me and Dahlia, and it haunts my dreams.
The half shirt. We gotta make some Rapcast half shirts for the
I mean,
summertime.
like as men, I've already conceded to wearing shorter shorts
Yeah, that you have to make that jump.
for women's,
Yes,
you know,
have to
approval.
make that jump. Yeah.
And I'm not afraid of my legs, so like I'll do it.
I still remember that one comment when we first put out the show and we started doing it down here. I think it was within our first year of doing it, and someone was like, "Shorts was a choice, huh?" And there was another, and there was and someone else as well, be like, "Damn, a lot of legs on this show," or something like that. I'm like, "Damn, everyone's staring at our legs."
Those were deeply closeted men that were
Yes.
hitting on us.
Yes.
Like, let's be honest here, people. There's
It's
no
Pride
need to be
Month.
scared anymore.
Come on. Back to the Sir show. He got emotional. Had an emotional moment on stage. Everyone was bigging him up, saying, "We love you, sir," all that stuff. Talking about his mom that had passed and all that kind of stuff. I think his uncle was on stage as well as a guitar player, I want to say.
Oh, that's cool.
So that was cool. Little family affair.
Yeah, that was a sweet moment.
Yeah. And just, yeah, because he talked about how he was in rehab as well for a while. He never thought he would see kind of this day. Yeah, it was powerful.
Yeah. Thank God he
Yes,
made
sir.
it through because
Yes,
fuck.
sir.
Okay.
Come on now, give it to me. When he has a few songs where he shouts out Toronto, so those were cool moments.
We're flying away, didn't fix a thing. Barely alive on this G5. Bottle away from me drowning. Start with a sip, then a downing. Land in Toronto, I'm tipsy. You never say that you miss me, but I know that you miss me. I wish you were with me. Say, blue sky.
The whole audience sang that shit.
Oh yeah, on Life is
Yeah.
Good.
And he performed John Redcorn only about a week after the actor got murdered, which was great. I mean, he did a little RIP for him as well, but yeah, that was crazy.
Wow. I didn't even clock that actually.
Yeah.
Like I do remember it being posted on Academics page, like the clip,
Yes, the day after, yeah.
the clip of him addressing the Drake rescheduling thing.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was funny going into the comments, and it was the usual Academics, pro Drake commenters
We're like,
being
who?
like, "Oh man, this guy would be nothing without mentioning Drake. Oh man,
Yeah.
it's so corny mentioning a guy." Blah blah blah. But then there was a lot of them that were like, still on that side, but like I can't lie though, Sir is awesome. Like you know,
yeah.
I'm on this side of the.
If you're a fan
fence,
of
but-
if you're a fan of Drake, like especially R&B singing Drake, like you're probably going to be a fan of Sir. Like that just makes like they're not too dissimilar when Drake gets into his like singing bag, right? Like I think Sir
No.
has a far and away better voice.
Yeah, like they're in the
and
same
style.
genre.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like it's just weird that people have
Yeah.
to put these qualifiers out. Like,
But I think Sir like reposted it or like quoted or whatever, being like, what does this have to do with anything though? Like that academics clip or something.
Yeah.
Like he commented on it, which was I thought was good move for him. But yeah, we will wish him luck the rest of his tour, and if he's going to come into a city near you, we urge you to see him. He's it's a great time. So.
and pretty solid merch.
Yeah, I wanted a new green shirt. I wasn't even thinking about it, and then yeah, yours. I like yours too. I like the back of yours. That the light coming in. There you go. Back shots on the Rapcast. Don't touch the mic. Okay, the Pride Month's getting out of hand already. To cut all the Pride jokes. Yeah, so that's Sir. Unless there's anything else you want to get off. And don't take getting off in a certain way. God damn it. Damn it, Bobby.
Dang it, Bobber.
Damn it, that's pretty good. Dang it, Bobby.
Well, did you
I didn't
catch that
watch
one on
it.
cam?
No, this has been recording the whole time.
Josh, are you getting this? We are no Jay Pasty today.
Yes.
Producer extraordinaire. He is
No
working
longer with us.
Yeah. Spirit in the sky.
He's on the stairway to heaven. Or stairway out of Hamilton is what it should be.
And she's buying an apartment
in Hamilton.
in Hamilton.
Haunting. That's a haunting song right there. Yeah, so we've been gone for no secret. We've been gone for a while.
Bit of a hiatus.
Yes, because the last thing before the 420 special was the Same Name game, which we also urge you guys to check out.
Also, the Morgan Freeman part was tacked on.
Can we strike that from the record? Because he interrupted me, and now I'm off my game.
Yes, I knew I would get Josh with
yeah.
that patriotism.
I'd like to defend myself. Okay, sure. I would just like
it's
to add,
over.
I would just
It's
like
over.
to add that I believe because my mic and my voice was taken away, that swayed the argument unfairly. And I just want to keep that in the record for later rounds.
And
Fair.
I would like to say pish posh applesauce to that.
God, bastard. Very successful, I think, in our minds at least, and that's all that counts.
We're becoming more of a novelty comedy game variety type show.
It's not
Still centered around rap.
It's not even that. It's we've been doing it more recently, just because I feel like there was a time there was a big stretch where we weren't doing anything like that, and then it kind of like in the new year, I think we sat down and we were like, we got to do more kind of like fun game stuff.
Yeah.
It's just more fun for us as well. We've been doing the show for almost 5 years.
Yeah, our anniversary is coming up pretty soon here. And
Anticipate a big episode when that comes up.
if you're into rap and are curious to think, okay, what do people think of this album that came out 3 years ago by, X rapper?
Yeah.
We have a whole backlog of reviews you can
If you
check
want a little
out.
time capsule to the beef, to 2020 COVID music, we have it all since 2020. So yeah, and you can see the evolution of our fits, of our looks, of our stew setup. Started in the car, now we're here.
And we're going to continue
crazy
to
times.
deliver album reviews, reactions, roasting sessions, glazing,
lists, little segments, planned little segments,
breaking
things,
down some lyrics,
little games, trivia, and also news. And so we're gonna go through a few things right now
Okay.
that kind of came up in the hip hop ethos that we want to touch on quickly. Nothing too substantial. I mean, Diddy is currently on trial. That's probably like the biggest thing.
Wait, for what?
Some bullshit, man. He'll be free in a month.
Wait, who now? The guy from
Puff Daddy.
Biggie Smalls songs
Yeah.
from 25 years
Yeah.
ago?
The guy from what random movie was he in? Someone had a Diddy tattoo
Oh,
on their ass.
Get him to the Greek.
Yes, with Russell Brand as well. That's a Jonah Hill's
That-
keeping good company there.
Between the two of them and Aziz Ansari, like
Yeah.
that's just a lawsuit
Oh,
of
boy.
a movie.
I know, that's wild.
If
You see, Jared Leto's got a bunch of allegations now. And I'm like, what took so long? What we knew this. I feel like we knew this.
We've been known about.
Isn't he a
that.
cult leader out in the fucking desert somehow?
Jared Leto.
Yeah,
If he puts out a rap album, I might consider sticking up for him.
That'd be
kind of
hard.
thing.
Yeah, okay. Keep that in mind.
When he was playing as Joker, like that was closer to being a rapper than any actor has ever been. You know.
What about like Straight Outta Compton movie?
I mean, there was a guy playing his dad. Like, come
Yeah,
on.
okay. All right. Yeah, I think the one thing I wanted to touch on was because Kid Cudi was on the stand.
Right.
Because the whole car bombing thing. I don't know if it was actually a car bomb or it was like the car was like set on fire or something. It wasn't like it wasn't one of these like terroristic like bombs that were made out of nails or whatever and put underneath the car, and then as soon as the engine goes, it fucking explodes. Like it was. I think his car was just set on fire. His house was like, I think, robbed or burglarized. The dogs were like in trouble or something in the house.
Okay, so it wasn't like the literal Joker, but still
pretty bad.
insane.
Yes.
And the thing that I saw that kind of pissed me off was that everyone was kind of clowning on Kid. Like, and I love clowning on Kid Cudi, but
yeah.
the guy was
my
like
favorite
almost
things.
killed for some BS. Like,
Yeah, and, like-
why are you guys?
Yeah, exactly.
And Young Thug jumped in to say Cudi's
I
a rat.
wanted to mention that. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Young
Why are you
Thug-
jeopardizing your freedom like this?
It's another case of a rapper getting out of prison or jail or whatever and messing up their bag. Because he dropped one song with Future. It's called Money something, Money in the Way, Money Dresser, Money something. I don't know. And it was fine. But he hasn't dropped anything since. He's been on these kind of weird Twitter rants and stuff. Yeah, he's mentioned at one point that he's going to delay his album until Diddy is free or some shit. He's on a Kanye. He took the Kanye pill. Which is bad news for Thug fans out there.
Kanye's back, by the way.
What did he do now? What's there anything to do with him?
No, nothing really.
Ty Dolla $ign is dropping an album without Kanye, presumably next week. So
Wow.
we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see if Kanye's on there or not. By the time this is out, we'll know. But
I hang with the vultures.
Timbaland is starting an AI like record label, and he signed his first artist the other day.
Oh, sick.
No, don't do that. Someone came out of the woodworks and was like, "Don't fucking do this shit." Was it Ja Rule or some shit? It was some like old school rapper that was like, "Don't fuck up your legacy like this. Like this is not. This is what the labels want. This is like don't all this shit." And I saw something today being like, "Yeah, Sony and Universal. Some of these people are in like trying to get some sort of deal organized to do some sort of AI music thing. How they're going to handle royalties, things like that. So it's getting spicy out there." Not much to say on it other than it sucks.
Fuck AI,
it sucks.
fuck that.
Yeah.
Timberland, you had some good songs in 2007, but like, let's
come on now.
Let's not destroy all of music and creativity just to make
a few bucks. Yeah.
just to get a new Birkin bag. Like,
Yeah, come on.
it's not worth it. Throwing away
I
all
thought-
the culture.
Yeah. What happened to what was the one AI rapper on TikTok that we covered like years ago? It was like a robot rapper. But then he got canceled somehow. The AI rapper got canceled.
They found videos of him saying the N-word in grade,
because
grade
it was
11.
a white person. Well, it was a white person that was behind it, and they were like saying the N-word, and there was some sort of post they made
man.
of like some sort of like a cop on this black AI rapper's neck or whatever, like, and it had some
I
sort of
remember
thing,
that. I
and now
remember that.
everyone was like, "What the fuck kind of tone deaf shit is this?" Like, oh man, I gotta find the name of this guy.
And it's like the fake AI rapper was like, these cops
yeah,
they be
cops
on my
suck,
ass.
yo. Don't you guys agree? Listen to my newest fucking FN Mecca.
Oh,
FN Mecca, yeah. R.I.P.
gone but not forgotten.
Bring him back. Silence gave him a deal. Yeah, he still had some juice in him.
Yeah, I didn't see much about this news story, just that people are saying, oh, Timbaland has always been corny, like
Yeah.
he did some whack stuff way back in the day. I don't really know. But yeah, we're anti-AI here. Unless you're using it to like cure cancer or whatever, go ahead.
Sure, yeah, what it should be used for.
It's going to take a lot for them to come up with an AI rapper where I'm listening to the song and I'm like, this is dope. Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't even know this was AI. I think we're far away from that being legit and not just like an AI voice over Kanye type lyrics or whatever.
Yeah, because that kind of stuff is like, yes, Kanye's used it. We had a whole lost episode. We talked about Playboy Cardi and a bunch of other things that we didn't end up putting out. Or maybe we did. I don't know. We'll see. If it's out there, it's out there. and it is confirmed that the song "Rather Lie" with him and The Weeknd. Is there like there's some sort of AI thing like credited in like the official Spotify like thing or whatever.
Oh.
I'm not sure what for, but that is one of my favorite songs on that record, and I have been like bumping it a little bit recently, and I'm like it does kind of sucks,
shit.
but like it is Playboy Cardi and The Weeknd, like, but maybe it was just like to mix it was AI, or I'm not sure what the actual specifications are, but yes, I agree with you. It's going to be a while till there's just a completely fake, not real AI, no humanity involved kind of thing. I don't think that's really gonna.
There are a lot of roadblocks that prevent that from happening, and the main being that music is about human experience, and if it doesn't communicate anything from a real person's life, then it's just not going to move the needle at all.
I agree.
But there's probably enough AI talk on the internet out there.
We're not the ones to get it from.
Moving on, a couple other things. I know there was the Tory Lanez issue. I mean, obviously,
I don't care.
Him getting stabbed in prison is unfortunate.
Sucks, sure.
And it's weird that he's in a prison in America when he's like a Canadian, and maybe there's some strange.
Is it now? Yeah, I guess so.
Strange things about the legality of it all.
Yeah.
But fundamentally, he shot a woman and he went to jail. And
yeah, I mean, there's been
I just see a lot of the music industry is jumping behind this Free Tory movement, and definitely the usual suspects: Drake, academics, fans, these manosphere type people on the internet, and it's, I think, very much fueled by misogyny. But what else do you have to say?
I mean,
on that?
I think there was the reason why the Free Tory thing is being brought up again. I think because there were some videos that were leaked of like the body cam footage from that night, and I think it seemed like it was a bit sketchy, in terms of like her friend saying it wasn't Tory, and like there was like glass, and there was a rumor being she never was actually shot. She stepped on glass or something. Glass was mentioned, I think, in the thing. I didn't really watch anything. I just saw some headlines and some little paragraphs here and there, so I can't really say either way. But I think that kind of fueled the Free Tory thing again. Plus, him being stabbed around the same time. Both of those things are kind of almost working in his favor, because you feel sorry for him a little bit, and then these police videos come out being like, oh, maybe it's a little bit more sketchy than we thought, this whole situation, and then that's going to get people to rise up. Misogyny is definitely a factor in there. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It's more prevalent now than it's ever been. Not ever, but than it's been at least online. But I never really liked his music, so it doesn't really matter to me.
I don't like either of their music. That's why it's That's why it's so like.
I have a few Megan songs on my phone,
but it's just ridiculous that somebody's opinion on Meg Thee Stallion, the celebrity, has anything to do with this criminal case. Like, if you happen to dislike this rapper, then well, she deserved it because she was in the wrong situation and blah blah blah. Like. It's the same thing. The way people write that off, I find so like. Yeah. Wait a second. If your sister got shot by somebody, you wouldn't have any sympathy for them whatsoever.
Exactly.
Like,
well, it's one of those things where it's unfortunately similar to the Drake and Kendrick thing. It's they're always going to be talked about in the same sentence now. I mean, for the foreseeable future, at least. So, I don't know. It doesn't really matter to me.
It just keeps coming up, and it's like, why is this getting such a big platform right now, especially? Like,
I don't know.
Let's
move on to so I know I talked to you about briefly to you on the bus back from Sir. Brockhampton 2 is happening. Okay, so Kevin Abstract dropping a new album this month. Might already be out, who knows? He might be lying about this whole thing because he's a liar. He's a fraud. It's called Blush. It's a music collective that's kind of more so in the spirit of what Brockhampton was wanting to be from his perspective, of like it's more of like a fluid thing where the members come and go. There's no fixed anyone. It's just kind of a collective, and it's him. He wrote a note on his Instagram the other day saying something about how like he's always felt his best at being a creative director rather than being like a solo guy, a la like Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg kind of idea. So this is kind of the role he's taking. He referenced the Chronic and 2001, things like that. He was saying he got arrested for some BS last year, which who knows? what's involved there. He's hanging out with Dominic Fike again, so maybe they're palling up and they're getting into some trouble. But there was a song of a Kevin and Dominic Fike song that came out. Amir Van's in the group as well. There's this rapper, someone called Nine Vicious. Have you heard of this person?
No.
Is some sort of younger rapper or whatever, and they are, out the gate they have allegations, and their text got leaked of being
quick.
unapologetically like a pedophile, and they were
So funny, like you're telling me about some rapper, and I'm like, oh, never heard of him, and then right away it's like, oh, okay, well,
now you know why.
I guess this was a waste of my time then.
Yeah.
No, I'm totally here for it. Kevin Abstract. I think his solo projects are good, but from what I gather, it's like he feels more creatively fulfilled when he's marshaling a bunch of different artists and like throwing something together.
I can agree to. Like, I think that's true. I like his solo stuff as well, but I think this is it's the right move for him, but it's a little strange just because like it's going to be compared to Brockhampton no matter what. Like you're not going to be able to erase that. I don't know.
Thing is, they have some grassroots Brockhamptons starting up.
Yeah.
Around. There's this one group called What More that I see on TikTok.
I'm a fan of AG Club as well.
So there's like
Fanny PaK. I don't know. They're a young group, Fanny PaK, but I've
really
heard that
young.
Really. Like they're like
fresh, 30 or something like that. From the six. I think there's a lot of artists that fit into that milieu around Kevin Abstract, Dominic Fike being one of them.
Yeah.
If they're just orbiting around, I'm sure they're going to hit some gold.
I'm sure there's going to be some good stuff on there, I'm sure. I'm also sure there's going to be some bullshit by some artists you never heard about. That's like, why are they there? Who knows? So this is Kevin Abstract and Dominic Fike are Geezer, is their duo within Blush.
Oh, God.
And they say it's Gay Weezer. That's why it's called Geezer.
All right. Yeah. For Pride? Fuck it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
This is a bit of it here.
Oh, I saw this one.
Oh, yeah.
Just two cute bisexual guys chilling in the front seat. Nothing sus about it at all.
I mean, yeah, you've already seen it, though. But, so... I'm interested. My interest is piqued, and we'll see. We'll see what happens there. All right. The biggest thing we saved for last was the Joey Bada East Coast versus West Coast reignited, even if it was just some fucking embers, just some little lighter flicks.
Oh man, this really reminded me of like Better Call Saul, or like there's a whole show, groundbreaking, great show, and then they're like, well, we'll give him some spin-off BS with some other side character and. People watched a few seasons of that, right? Like, that's what this felt like.
I mean, my friend Anthony, or Two Logs and Rad Lusso claimed that Better Call Saul is way better than Breaking Bad, but who's to say?
Okay, but like similar to like...
I agree.
When
there's terms of the cultural significance.
Comparing this to the Drake-Kendrick beef and how this is...
Which is an offshoot of it. Because it started at the beginning of the year, top of the year, when Joey Badass came out with a few songs, and one of them he was saying, like, I'm tired of all the West Coast dick licking... I'm trying to be involved in whatever top 3 bullshit, right? And then I think Daylight said something originally. I can't remember how, because there was a few rappers that responded. Mick Jenkins had a really good response as well. Actually, it was subtle, but it was fire.
Okay.
And
Midwest jumping in.
Yeah. And then it kind of slowed down for a bit. I can't remember what exactly ignited it. Honestly,
names like Ray Vaughn started to pop up.
Yeah, let me find
second, third string TDE stars joined in on it.
Yeah, because Daylight's also TDE now. Reason was TDE, he's no longer, and Ray Vaughn. And then Joey Badass, and then I think one of CJ Fly, one of the Pro Era, a few of the Pro Era guys, like his old crew, came out of the woodworks and did something as well. Nick Caution did something.
Wow. What a name.
Yeah. He had some tunes back in the day. AZ Chike was involved.
That's a rapper name I don't feel quite comfortable saying.
You've been saying it right now. I was a little bit... Oh, of course. It was the Red Bull Cypher with Big Sean and Absol.
Oh, right. That's what kind of kicked things off.
And Joey was really kind of going off on the whole thing, especially about around Daylight and stuff like that. And then Absol was there being like, Joey, chill out kind of thing. It was a great cypher. Big Sean held his own as well.
Yeah.
And then
that was a good moment for rap heads.
Yeah.
I mean, every time Absol touches the mic,
yeah, come on, it's a win.
shit goes crazy.
It's a win. It's a win. But yeah, I'll kind of just go through. Yeah, Hit a J3 had a few in there as well. The guy on GNX, one of the guys on GNX. I mean, I'll spare you the play by play, but I'll tell you the final results. I mean, Joey pretty much won. Daylight had a few responses that were like decent, but everyone was saying like, even if like the bars are clever, sonically the songs are so ass, and like the beats and like it's just such a, because he's a battle rapper, right? He's not really
right
used to making this kind of stuff. But I mean, I don't know, it's tough because he's a battle rapper, so he's primed for this. But like at this point, because of Not Like Us, a part of battle rap in this modern era is you have to make it catchy too, to an extent.
Right.
And Daylight just completely just whiffed on that aspect and just went for bars, he had some good ones, but at one point he kind of lost the plot, and because it's all just and they've talked about it since. It was all just friendly fire. It was all like just for the sport of the game, shit like that.
Were any real feelings hurt though?
Well, Daylight went because Joey Badass's baby mama was pregnant or whatever, right? And Daylight was like, and when you're in the backyard, I'm gonna come into the house and kill your baby mama and split her open and give you the fetus. And everyone's like, what? Whoa, Daylight, what the hell is going on? And he just took it a little too far. Joey didn't really bite on that. He had a bar being like, why are you talking about pregnant woman? Isn't yours too, or some shit? Kind of in like a menacing way of like, oh, couldn't I? Like I could say the same shit to you. But he knew well enough to stay away from getting that fucking dark with it. Rayvon definitely held his own. He was kind of doing he does sound a lot like Kendrick in the diss track in the Ho Era one. Pretty much doing like a TV off kind of stuff.
That Ho Era, that was like the catchiest tune that I heard out of the crop. I mean, maybe some of the original Joey Badass ones, like,
because he had 3. He had the finals. He had Crash Dummy, which I thought, because Crash Dummy was cool because he's doing He was doing the LA shit.
He was rapping over the Hit 'Em Up.
Yeah,
beat,
and doing a kind of West Coast flow as well. And he had some bars in there. Of course, they were going at the whole Diddy angle, and then Joey's like, I wasn't about any of that shit. I was at a few of the parties. I also saw Top Dog there. He was saying how TDE had a bunch of allegations. I think it was earlier this year, as well. So, kind of watch where you're going there.
Fair point.
But then Rayvon Reason had a few good songs as well, actually. But no one really took him seriously, unfortunately. I don't think.
He's a good rapper.
I think maybe Joey had a subtle dig to him at some point, but then Daylight kind of like, it seemed like he was gonna keep going, and then he kind of just like stopped, and he was just like, you know what? He was like really tight with Capital Steez from Pro Era. He has like a tattoo and shit like that, and he was like, it seemed like Daylight was gonna go in for another like, big punch, and then he was just like, it's all cool. Capital Steez was one of my best friends. He's great. It was all love. This is all for the sport. So he kind of bowed out. Rayvon also, so it was everyone kind of bowed out. Joey had the last like big proper song, so he kind of was the victor of the whole thing. But I appreciate it because like Joey hasn't really rapped like that with that tenacity in a while. I liked the 2000 album. I don't really go back to it that often. It's not too impactful.
Couple good tracks,
but he sounded pretty hungry on these diss tracks and even some of the tracks earlier in the year. So I'm excited for what he comes out with this year. He said before August 30th, I think he's dropping something. So we'll cover it.
The whole thing works to his advantage in a big way.
Yeah,
I think
it works to all of them advantages. I think Rayvon, he put out a tape. I put a few of his songs on my playlist around the same time. So that was.
He had a song with Pusha T a while back that I really liked.
Yeah, another one with Absol as well.
But it's a bit of a nothing burger because it's just Joey Badass versus a bunch of West Coast dick lickers or like whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it works. It works to his advantage, I guess. That's all I was trying to say.
So that's everything we had to cover there. Where do you want to go from here?
Let's talk Carter 6.
Do we have to?
I've been waiting all fucking
absolutely
week
have
for this,
to, man. I mean, okay, the signs were there, right? Because we got no singles. I forgot this album was coming out. The Fix Before the Six was pretty trash.
Oh yeah, the Fix.
Remember that one?
Six, yeah.
Because it had the song "Can't Nobody" and "Cat Food." Those were pretty good. There was one with Fouché I didn't mind, but wasn't there some like atrocious song on there that it was just so?
There was a
laughable?
couple emo Lil Wayne songs thrown in on that project, I believe.
Let me see. Oh yeah, Birds was a weird one. That was on this beat. We should have seen Peanuts to an Elephant coming a mile away, by the way.
Yeah.
Act Up was okay. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't very good.
Let's ask what my Labubu thinks of the album.
Oh yeah, Titty Boy was a terrible one as well, I remember.
Zoom in on the Labubu, please.
Yeah.
Is he rapping in Japanese?
He might as well be.
Yeah. I listened to this album. I was really excited.
I mean,
When I started to see all the hate, I was really excited for it.
Because I'm a big Lil Wayne fan. Carter 3 is one of my favorite albums. I only listened to it the first time earlier today. But I saw all the hate. I tried to stay away from like actual hearing any of the music in order to wait for the actual me to listen to it from front to back. It's
Carter 5
It's
was much
what can
better.
you say? Yeah, and that's even one that I don't go back to all that often, but it has really big highlights on there for sure.
There were some
Let It All
songs I
Work Out.
still listen to on that one.
Dark Side of the Moon, even with Nicki Minaj, I think is a good one. Mona Lisa, Uproar, even Don't Cry, I think with XX and Tashawn wasn't bad. Like,
Took His Time.
Yeah, there's
track.
some Mess. I like that one as well.
This was
And that was a perfect outro. That was a perfect end to the Carter series. There's 5 of them. It's a nice number. And Let It All Work Out with Sampha background vocals. That's a perfect, like, his going into the whole story of how he tried. It was actually a suicide attempt when he was a kid. It wasn't an accident. Like that was a perfect way to
that
end
was
the whole Carter
storytelling
series.
right there.
And I was when he announced he's doing a Carter 6, I was already worried because I'm like, well, how do you top that as an outro first of all? And like, because I listened to this album, this doesn't sound like what makes this a Carter album.
The fact that they mentioned the Carter a couple times.
He says the Carter 6, the Carter 6, the Carter 6 a bunch of times. But
Yeah.
there's nothing learned from him about him on this album. There's no song about anything really. Like where are the Mrs. Officer, the Dr. Carter, the How to Love, Mona Lisa? Like these are songs that have themes that are about something, whereas this is just him just rapping for the most. There's not really about anything on this album. And people have been saying online, being like, "Oh, Lil Wayne's music was so good when you were a kid, when he was rapping about nothing. But now that you're a full-ass adult, it's just not. It doesn't hit at all." Which is like, I'm all for him. He still can rap about nothing and still be really elite and good. We can see it on his features games, and he still has some gems here and there.
His place in hip hop history, like he's the real link between that ringtone era of silly gangster rap from the South in the early 2000s era.
Yeah.
He's the link between that and then the kind of dope swag era from the early 2010s up until about the trap wave kind of took over in 2016 with Migos and all that. And that's kind of when he started to go down.
Yeah.
But he's like similar to Eminem or DJ Khaled or one of these kind of washed up, I mean, not really DJ Khaled, more Eminem, like in that he just has his way of rapping and you just put him in front of a mic and he just goes.
Yeah.
And he's not really like trying to do it differently or writing wise to like tackle some new kind of subjects or whatever. Like,
which I think is a big problem now with his music is that because he self-proclaimed does not listen to any new music. He didn't know what Watch the Throne was like 2 years ago. He was like, I didn't know they did that. He needs to up his sound. He needs to pick his own features for God's sake. Like I almost blame Mac Main more than Lil Wayne for this shit, because I'm sure there's so much good music in the vault, and Mac Main is the one that kind of picks the track lists and features and shit like that. He kind of is the puppeteer. And I don't know who's picking these beats either. Like we gotta get now's the time to get the full produced Tyler album or an Alchemist joint or two.
That'd be sick.
Like we need a focused Wayne on a particular type of production where he just can just go in like that and not talk about anything.
Yeah, thing is, me as less of a Lil Wayne fan, I just recognize that he's over the hill and he needs to just kind of pack it up.
Man, I
like, as much as I hate to say that, you know, I don't say like don't quit making music or whatever. It's just like I just recognize that he's an old guy at this point and he's pretty much washed. And when it comes to doing albums,
I
at least.
hesitate to call him washed. It's tough to beat the allegations right now for sure. I still think there's a chance we get a good Wayne tape. Like Funeral wasn't that long ago, and I feel like that was still a pretty decent Wayne. It had some good songs on there for sure. It was a bit bloated, obviously. There was that one he did with Rich the Kid that was dog trash. Called Welcome to Call Grove I liked with 2 Chainz.
Yeah.
It's just this could have been I Am Not a Human Being 3 or whatever. This shouldn't have been a Carter. It
right, you're saying it ruins the Carter series.
It does.
It
ruins it because all of them are consistent up until this one. Sure, there's some highs and lows and stuff like that. And there's the ones that are better. 2 and 3 are probably the best
Carter
ones.
4 was. I like the Carter 4 to be honest.
Carter 4 is like going back to it now. It's good. It sounded dated a little bit ago, but like kind of coming back around to it. It has its charm to it for sure.
That song John with Rick Ross.
That's solid.
It's like this fucking Disney Channel Halloween special type beat. It's perfect.
You get a few of those on here for sure. I mean, but that's the thing because ever since he dropped 10 years ago, he dropped the Free Weezy album. That was kind of the start of his resurgence. And then because then he dropped the Dedication 6 tapes that were great. They were so good. And I was thinking about that. I'm like, that wasn't that long ago, right? That was like 2017. It's been a while since we've gotten like a really. That's like the last like really good Wayne tape.
That was him.
Other than Carter 5.
That was him rapping over like other rappers' beats, like popular songs from the time. And those kept us sustained during some of those. That was
the end of the DatPiff era, where because none of that's on streaming, so that was we had to download that shit and put it on our phones and stuff, which I did and I loved, and I still.
But that was low key important for the next, like the younger generation that was surfing the web on those sites that barely exist anymore.
Yeah. He also did. I don't know if you remember. He also did No Ceilings 3.
No Ceilings. I love those that whole series.
He did No Ceilings 3. Well, the 2 I didn't love honestly. 3 he put out in maybe. Was that 2019 or 2021? Somewhere around that time. He went over the Jack Harlow beat. Whatever. What was his big song? What's Poppin'?
Right.
He went over What's Poppin' with I think Big Sean was on that song as well, and he had a song with Drake on the tape as well. And that was pretty good too. So we're not that far removed from good Wayne tapes, but it's to a dangerous point right now.
I think that him being this old and this like
leaned out of his mind,
and the fact
he's out of touch with hip hop and out of touch with.
He just hangs out with Skip Bayless and loves Donald Trump.
Yeah,
like it's just looking so sad right now, and But
I mean, I think he went back on the Donald Trump stuff. To be fair, but still,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. He could he's a legend. He could if he asked anyone for a feature, they would get on this album. He could have gotten Drake on this album.
Boy, did this album have some crazy features.
Like Eminem should have been on here. Like they're like why? Even though Eminem is also washed, like he could call out anyone for a feature. Even some of the new guys. Why don't we have a 21 Savage Lil Wayne song? Playboy Cardi Lil Wayne, that wouldn't really work to me, but like you could still try. Travis Scott,
him and JID could have went nuts, but like
they worked together on Forever Story. But J. Cole, Lil Baby, even like to get some of these like newer, quote unquote, newer guys on your stuff and not avoid Bono, like the plague that he is.
That Andrea Bocelli though,
man. Yeah, I guess.
I was telling Dahlia about that, and she was saying that like Andrea Bocelli's had songs with like Ed Sheeran and like Cher and like.
I mean, this was just a sample though, right?
A bunch of artists, but he's featured on it.
Yeah, but sometimes they do that where they like Drake did that for Michael Jackson when he put it on Scorpion.
Oh, okay,
right?
okay. So he didn't actually get him on the phone. Like he might have died years ago.
Yeah, I think probably right. I would think so. Fucking Ave Maria.
He was one of the 4 tenors, right?
Don't ask me that question.
Don't show my. Can we
ignorance.
get a comment below?
I mean, to be fair, he got Big X the Plug. That's a newer guy, and that song was okay. We'll get into a little bit of a song by song in a bit. Our boy Jelly Roll, let's go, and Big Sean to boot.
Big Sean's verse was not that bad.
Big Sean was he was serviceable. 2 Chainz was fine.
Yeah.
I understand having his kids on there, but
they weren't that good.
Not for me. Especially the second.
I honestly thought there were some
Novi.
interesting tracks though. Like we'll get into it.
Yeah, and then the MGK Kodak Black song is that one's an interesting one. Yeah, do you want to do a track by track, and then we could do because I have some more final or things to say, but we can save it for the end maybe.
The intro part really felt like it was used with AI.
People were saying, so obviously I'm not sure. To me, it sounds like a TV movie intro. And if you consider the Carter series as movies, right? You got the first few classics, the trilogy, right? And you got 4, which is the one that's still good, but that it's like overstaying their welcome a little bit. And then 5 is the movie they do 10 years later. That's just like no one asked for the remake of this movie.
Yeah.
But then it ends up being okay. And then they're doing, and then 10 years later again, they're doing it again, and they're like, "Why? You don't need a How High 3, okay? Like you don't need a Cheech and Chong 19, like."
This felt like Marvel's The Eternals.
Yes, exactly. Right. This is what the hell are we doing here?
Well, like when it gets to that song, "Welcome to the Carter,"
It's a good song. It starts strong.
like they use like a '70s soul sample for a song, but it's not a real song. It's a thing made up that's like. The Carter, like, where she's saying stuff like that's applicable to.
Yeah.
So it's like, The Alchemist or whatever would have taken a real song
Right.
and redone it.
I don't know.
I feel like they put an AI filter. They said, say these words with this kind of style thing, and then we'll remix that into a rap beat.
I'm not convinced. I heard that theory as well. I don't see why that can't just be. I mean, this is the shitty thing about AI is that we have to even have these conversations. Because I don't see why that can't be just getting some singers in a room for a choir and then just doing it naturally.
It could have been natural,
obviously,
but it felt like AI regardless.
Maybe. Like, I would understand Maine and his team trying to save a buck and then doing AI. I understand that, but if I don't have any concrete evidence, I'm not going to go around and say it's AI unless I know.
If something isn't AI...
We have to have a sticker, man. We got to have a sticker on some shit. I heard the song and I didn't think AI for a second.
Okay.
I don't know. That could be my Wayne bias showing, but
Even
if he is, it's still the better song.
We'll make this into a clip, and then you guys can comment.
It's still like
underneath.
the only like really good song on here, anyway.
I think I disagree with that. I enjoyed the way he said the word concierge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean it's something remarkable, but it's like classic. His bars flowing. It's solid, Lil Wayne.
Next track, Bells. He did some old school flow on that one. It was kind of ass.
I like this one just because like the beat is also like an old school kind of like a dated thing, but it kind of reminds me of something that would be on the Carter 4 or something. That's why I kind of like this one.
Okay, cool.
And the concept was fine with me. I mean, I didn't write down a lot of bars, but I wrote down the most egregious ones. This one on the song Bells is eyes tight like my name Wong Ding Ding Dong is crazy. In the big year 2025, bro.
On men's mental health awareness month, you say that?
We need Rich Brian to come in and to have start a beef with Wayne because what the hell, man? What was that?
Rich Brian, the guy who got famous by saying basically the N-word but with the CH in front.
He was young, okay.
So then hip hop with Big X the Plug. Serviceable, but
it's
not really
fine.
worth.
I mean, yeah, it's okay. It's one of the better ones on here, but only in comparison.
Well, this isn't a specific line here, but just like the cliches that he relies on so much that when you're listening to the verse, you're like, I know where this is going. I know where this is going.
Yeah,
And one of the classic ones which you hear in songs is, I heard life's a bitch. And then punchline about
I'm gonna take it for a walk, or like
life's a bitch. I
make
her go down, or something like stupid like that. Like we need to let go of that line.
I
in 2025.
He had the bar. I like the pussy deep dish, and when it goes squish squish squish.
He has been keeping vaginas
moist
for like 20 years now.
And to be fair, he's coming up with new angles for it to this day, and that's service. That's admirable. That's admirable stuff.
Yeah.
New pussy bars in 2025.
Thank you for your service. He's been like, when you think about the amount of time he's spent down there in the nether regions exploring, he's kind of like the Jacques Cousteau of our age.
Yeah. Jacques Cousteau of Gash.
Jock Cunt Stowe? Is
Jacques
that a joke?
Cousteau of Gash. This is good stuff.
This was probably Lil Wayne's cuntiest album.
How so? You know what? Don't explain.
Because he ate.
Oh, I see.
Sorry, I'm testing out some new gay slang terms. I've been watching too much Drag Race. It's been a
the
crazy
middle of Pride
Pride
Month.
It's been crazy Pride this year.
And to me, it's another hip hop. This song is another case of Jay Jones being just a copy paste Wayne. It could have just been Wayne, the same flows, similar bars. All of his cronies are just clones of himself, which is maybe says something about his character.
Oh, is that one of the in-house rappers that he has that are just terrible?
Yeah, it keeps him chained in the fucking trenches of Young Money Entertainment. Sharks with Big Sean and Jelly Roll. Beat is corny. Wayne and Sean's verses are okay.
Snakes ain't always in the grass.
Just having Jelly Roll on the song already
Sharks ain't always in the water.
as an already delete off my phone. Just for the principle of it.
Yeah, I ain't listening to that. Jelly Roll's voice sucks.
Yeah.
Band from NO was an interesting... one of the better-ish songs, I
that
think.
was okay. It's just... with the title, it's like, oh, is he going to address that he didn't get the Super Bowl? Like, is he going to talk about something with substance here? But it was just a band from TV rip, or not rip, but like cover almost, or remix, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Which he already did, by the way, on No Ceilings 1. I don't know how similar the beat was. I can't recall off the top of my head, but
it's too bad they didn't have you in the studio. Mr. Wayne, sir, you already did this.
Replace me with Mac Main, and Wayne's gonna put out a fucking heater.
You said this lyric in 2017.
Well, I think he has the title "Dreams and Nightmares" on like 6 different albums or some shit. So I could make a difference.
He did
in his
a
life.
666 thing in the chorus.
Yeah,
allegations of
it's the Carter
ritual
6.
abuse.
It's the Carter 6.
Oh, true.
I'll let it slide.
666.
He's a Drake affiliate. Drake.
Yeah, and he was
Drake,
going like it's the Carter 6666. It's the Carter 666,
which is just so like lazy to me. To an extent. I mean,
that's how you know you're listening to the Carter 6. Though.
That's true.
In my opinion,
it's nothing
that's
else
just
but the Carter 6.
It needs to be there. Next track, probably best track of all time.
Oh man,
have you ever noticed that the days
aren't the same anymore?
This one was like I describe as an ESL charity single, like written by like people that don't speak English as their first
this
language.
This is like for UNICEF or something.
Yeah. And like this was a charity single for
To me, it's like this is on the credits of like a Mark Wahlberg movie from like 2017 that we just forgot about completely. Like this is the exact song you would hear. But apparently, this Wayne said or in some interview or whatever, like this song was made in like 2014 or some shit. And I'm like, you're putting out songs from 2014 on the fucking Carter 6. What the hell are we doing, bro? Like, how are any of these songs new?
There was a line in the song where he was like, in 9/11, I was in Manhattan.
Yeah.
Wait, should we be looking more into this? Like,
okay. Yeah, let's.
He was in Building 7.
Let's investigate this a little further. Let's dive deeper here.
Just, I don't know. There's nothing to say.
We gotta
about
get
that
Nardwar
song.
to interview him and be like, "So Dwayne, on 9/11, where were you?"
Great Nardwar
Thank
impression.
you. I've been practicing it in the mirror for months.
The point of that song is just that life is crazy sometimes, and sometimes the days they feel like weeks.
It's true. Which I agree there. Cotton Candy with 2 Chainz, it's fine.
Just a standard Collie Grove song that was left off.
Yeah,
of
they
Collie.
had a bunch of better songs on Collie Grove too. Beats kind of boring. I like Flex Up, honestly. I don't mind that one.
Didn't do much for me, really.
He's spitting hard, at least. He's trying on that one. That's what I'll say. At this point, I was looking because I already knew we were too far gone. Because I heard a snippet of Island Holiday as well beforehand.
God.
So I was like, okay, I know at this point it's cooked. So I'm trying to grasp for straws here. Okay, this one's okay. This one's fine. Maybe I'll keep this one on my phone for another week.
And it makes me feel so fire. I can't control my flames. Yeah, full. I mean, the Wheezy thing
which I think he already did on like Rebirth or some shit.
Man, stop ruining my fun.
Get me in contact with Wayne. Someone has to know Lil Wayne out there. Get me in the room with him.
Get me Rivers Cuomo on the phone right now.
That I can do. No problem. All right, have your fun. Go off.
Just that song was written in the stars. It was like...
Yeah.
I'm happy we have it as a comedy bit. That's pretty much it.
Yes. Nothing good to say about it. So don't say anything at all.
Here's the Hear Me Out track though.
Loki's theme.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Oh.
I like that one as well.
That one's fine. It's a lot of blood talk. He's reaffirming that he's a blood. I suppose.
He was going in as far as rapping on that one a little bit.
It's fine. Yeah.
If I played guitar,
That is also a hear me out for me. Okay, I'm glad we're on the same page because it's a similar vein to like a How to Love kind of idea. Like this isn't foreign concept to a mess on Carter 5. This isn't a foreign concept to the Carter series to have an acoustic kind of like corny, very stereotypical guitar Lil Wayne song.
Wayne has been like a member of My Chemical Romance for like a long time. Like he's been making music like this, bit by bit over the years.
For like 15,
enough
years.
to probably you could put together one decent emo, Lil Wayne album. And this
he went on
this
tour with
track
Blink
would
182 as well. Like he's a like he should lead into it. When Trippie Redd was making those rock albums, those terrible ones, that's when Wayne should have been doing this shit. I think.
And
he had a rock song with KSI that was heat. It was heat, bro.
People keep sleeping on my boy Lil Wayne, but
And my boy KSI. I mean, he's done this kind of song before, obviously in a better way.
The more I talk about it, the more I'm talking myself into saying this album has redeemable parts to it.
There are moments that I enjoy, but it's just as an album listening experience, it is irredeemable. Especially the next song, "Peanuts to an Elephant." I also heard this one was
that
leaked
song,
to me.
It made me want to skateboard, bro. Like I love that one. It's like
Cat.
some fucking
Say cat, bro, please.
Minecraft type beat. I thought it was dope.
No,
man.
you're yanking my chain. Play
And
the
like
song.
the peanuts to an elephant thing, like that's a clever reference to peanuts to an elephant. I got through that sentence like a subject and a predicate. Yeah, with a swag you would kill for. Yeah,
Chad, is he fucking with me here, or does he actually like this song?
Yeah,
Because that's the word, bro. Play the song. Play it. It's a Lin-Manuel Miranda production, bro. He's the
For real?
producer. He produced that song. That's how you should know
that
how
actually
trash
kind of
this is.
makes it even better in my opinion.
No, bro, this is the worst Wayne song. It's not. It's actually not the worst song on the album. There's two or three that are worse, but like this is Bird's level off the Carter. Or
Dude,
the
this
Fix
makes
Before
me
the
want to
Six.
fucking explore a haunted mansion. Like, how do you not love that
No,
shit?
man, fuck that. That's
And the
ass.
elephant sound effect.
No, no. This is you hand a 6-year-old a GarageBand on an iPad and tell him to go.
Man, you gotta.
I'm a Wayne
gotta
fan, bro.
open up your life.
No,
You
bro.
gotta
You gotta close your life.
More
This is
whimsy.
You're too much into Pride Month here. You gotta
You are
close
not
your doors,
whimsical
buddy.
enough for me right now.
That might be true. That might be true.
Wow, this might be the biggest like breakups, betrayals.
I can't believe you like
like
this.
I'm on Love Island
I can't
right
believe
now.
you like that song. Is it for a novelty? The same thing with like Island Holiday or whatever. Like you're not going to be actually bumping this song.
Island Holiday's genuinely bad. This one,
I think Island Holiday's worse. There's the one with his kid later on is also
the
worse.
song puts a smile on my face, and
Bono one's worse.
I'm not taking any more BS for that.
Okay,
It puts
all
a
right,
smile
man.
on. Okay,
All right, whatever
but he
brings
does
you
kind of
joy.
ruined it when he's like Donald Trump. He says that like near the end, and I'm kind of
Yeah.
like, all right, I'm not.
In the
into
second
that.
verse, he catches a flow for a second where he was like, okay, he's riding it a little bit better in a little bit here. He's riding the elephant.
The problem with you is that you weren't on a skateboard when you heard that one.
Fuck you. I'm on more skateboards than you. I also rode an elephant, by the way. So eat your hat.
Dude, that's peanuts to my elephant.
Eat your fucking bucket hat, dude. Miss me with that shit.
Eat your bucket hat. That's a good one.
Next song, Rari.
Terrible.
Yeah, this one fucking blows. I mean, well, the other one is worse.
The other one with his
Moolah coming in. That one's worse to me.
That's another one of his kids.
Yeah. At first, I thought I'm like this little Novi guy. At first, I'm like, did Mac Main say this is Playboy Cardi, and then Wayne believed it, and then he got him on the. I don't like. How is it on here? Wayne is barely on that song. Moolah coming in. I thought it was AI Wayne at one point as well. At this point in the track list, I have no hope as well. When I'm looking at the rest of the track list, I'm like, oh, okay, this is
what
where we're
it
at.
is.
This is where we landed, huh?
Being Myself, I thought was an okay song. It's just very superficial, but
Yeah, it's not too bad, but it at least has a point to it. Like he's talking about something.
and
so
that's one thing you can say about Lil Wayne.
The
He's
beat's
not
okay.
trying to be anybody else. He is
true.
Lil Wayne all the time. So
Yeah.
there's a lot worse things to be in this world than
Yeah.
Lil Wayne.
We have to talk about the Alone in the Studio with My Gun song with MGK and Kodak Black.
I thought for sure it was Alone in the Studio with My Guitar
Oh, yeah.
as like a reference to the other song about my guitar,
Right.
and then I'm listening to it. I'm like, oh no, is MGK gonna threaten to commit suicide again on his track? What will we
I'm
do?
surprised we didn't hear it.
I thought the three of these fellers, they got together. They managed to make it a song.
It's a song, and it could have been worse. Honestly, like I don't hate it.
Yeah, me neither. I can't really
But
like.
it's it's a bad album when you hear Kodak Black and it's like refreshing. You know.
Yeah, for sure. It seemed like the kind of song that they like. I wonder how it worked feature wise with that one. Like, did Wayne come up with it? Then they were like, let's add MGK. Then they were like, you know what? Fuck it. We'll throw Kodak Black on as well. And make it a
Because I think Wayne had a
three-way.
bar on that song being like, "Ask Machine Gun to give me something melodic and this shit hits" or something like that. Some bar like that. So
Maybe it came out of the sessions when they came up with the song A by MGK.
or Drug Dealer. I think it was also a song with the two of them.
You could probably fit up a solid 25 minutes with MGK Lil Wayne songs at this point.
What, we have 3? No, is that it? I mean, there could have. Was there? Did you get a Lil Wayne feature?
Plus
back in
all the
day?
remixes and slowed down, pitched up versions.
Yeah, I suppose. Then Written History, it's an okay outro, but as an outro to the Carter series, it's not great. Like, he's just got to change everything. He's got to change up the writing by listening to more music and being more, expanding his horizons a little bit and getting more features. You got to expand the production, get in the studio with just 1 or 2 producers and just lock in. The flows are getting stale at this point as well. Like, it's I'm not writing him off at this point, but it's looking grim. He's got to change up some stuff about his process. Maybe he has to actually write something down for once.
Yeah, I think I agree. It was a historical dud. Better luck next time, but low key, I'm not really watching out for it that hard. But I mean, you can't take away he's a legend in the game. So
yeah, it'll get to the point though eventually if this consistently keeps happening of getting to the Eminem argument of like, are you actively ruining your legacy now by putting out more music?
Right.
So
he does put out a lot of music, so maybe just take a couple years off and come back into it with a.
I mean, when was the last
fresh-
thing he dropped? It was Fixed Before the 6, and that was what, 2 years ago? Or Call Girl was last year.
I just feel like he's out there a lot because
Well, he's always making music. He doesn't do
Features.
anything other than make music and skateboard. Like, that's all he does.
yeah.
Someone said this sounded like a posthumous album, which is crazy.
Oh man, that's disrespectful.
I mean, I mean, honestly though, it sounds like it's thrown together by a label.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna say, I listened to this album and then I shuffled my Bud Tender playlist because I was at work when I listened to this, and then the first song that played was "Photographic Memories" by Bolly James and Earl Sweatshirt. And I almost shed a tear, bro. I'm like, this is what hip hop
Real
is all
music,
about.
yeah.
This is like, what did I just listen to for the past hour? Yeah.
I think we should transition now to talking about some artists we take more seriously as artists, and not just something we cover because it's like a big name rapper that's been around.
No,
for a
I
long
love
time.
Wayne, man. Don't say that. I didn't like hating on this album. I didn't enjoy it.
I just mean that, like diversifying the things we talk about on the show, like artists such as Amine, Rico Nasty, we're kind of like interested in what their next move is. It's not like
Yes,
a
it's
legacy.
not predictable. It's not.
We're not talking
yes.
about legacy artists here.
Yes, sure. Let's do it. Where do you want to start?
I think I
We
want
got
to start
hard out in
with.
32 minutes.
Let's start with Amine.
Yeah.
We've been moderately big fans of his for a while.
I'd say I'm a bigger fan than you. I'd say I'm a pretty big Amine fan.
He had a solid moment.
Good for you, Limbo.
from
1.5, 2.5. Like, this is good. He's a good
song
album.
Caroline. He popped off.
Yeah.
Woodlawn Park. There were some bangers from that era.
Riri was great. The one with Young Thug off that album was great.
Compensating.
The fucking Roots with JID and Charlie Wilson. The one with Injury Reserve, like that album. Limbo is probably his best album to
He
me.
was definitely an artist to watch in that era when he came up, and then a couple decent albums, kind of going a little bit into the hyper pop
Yeah, that was with that 2.5
wave. Then came last year him and K Tronada.
2 years, I think.
Maybe 2 years ago, him and K Tronada collab album.
Which I think this album, 13 Months of Sunshine, I think is what I and other Amine fans expected more from the K Tronada album. Like, because that album was promoted as like, this is the album of the summer. It's going to be all vibes, dance stuff. And it was, but it just wasn't that catchy. It wasn't that. I only really go back to a few songs off that.
It wasn't very long.
Yeah.
This is more of a full-fledged album.
Yes. And this has some depth to it, some emotional highs and lows, things like that. Which I didn't expect. Going into with the singles, I wasn't like a huge fan. Like, I like Amine on like the kind of dancey electronic kind of stuff. But I was like, I do also like him getting into the real stuff and him being vulnerable and things like that. Because I think a lot of his best music is in that bag. So I was kind of worried how that would balance out on an album like this, if we'd get anything of it at all, or if it would be too stark of a contrast between the two sounds. But I think it meshes together pretty well on this album.
I think he meets in the middle, and a couple of tracks he stands out with ability to hold his own as a rapper.
Yeah,
get into some flows with a beat that you can still dance to.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one of the parts I really liked about the album was his sound bites from his dad.
Yeah, I enjoyed that as well.
Throughout. So you're kind of getting a more sense of who he is.
Yeah.
Some little bits of wisdom here and there. Some my dad used to smoke weed jokes, those are always like, it's always funny. Like, for some reason, the idea of somebody's dad being a stoner is like, what? Like,
yeah,
it makes it's just like classic humor. And it kind of makes you relate to the person a little bit more. Not that my dad smokes any weed or anything, but
oh, he does. He just doesn't tell you. I know he smokes that gas.
There's so many people who are like, I didn't even know my dad was smoking weed until I was an adult and I smelled that smell. I was like, hey, that's what my dad smells like. Like, there's some of those situations. Not to dox you or anything, but I thought that was funny.
I want to pose this question to you: it's very kind of like trendy sounds, almost Brat-esque. Is this Brat summer for hip hop nerds like me and you?
This is low key Brat for guys
that are into slightly obscure hip hop. Yeah. Because I made that comparison in my head earlier, and I wanted to get your opinion on it.
I'm digesting that take. I'm digesting it.
Okay.
And pooped it out.
Okay.
And now I'm polishing it off, looking at it. It's not as dance forward as a Brat thing.
No, because which I didn't honestly expect. There's this kind of more somber, emotional, low moments on this album are pretty like quiet and maybe a little sleepy and minimalist, which like is a stark contrast to some of the other songs on here. But I fucked with the vision. What can I say?
It's a good time the way through. First off, the first track, New Flower, really impressed by that one.
I really like that one. I love how we got more into his history of his come up, because I feel like I haven't really heard much about that listening to all of his music. He didn't get into details where now he's like explaining how he worked for like Complex or some label or whatever, and he handed Big Sean a sandwich and he tipped him one time. Like, that's like a cool little like, oh, that's sick. Like,
right.
This is something I didn't know about him, right? So he's however many albums into his career, and we're still learning new stuff, which I fucked with.
He does kind of seem like the guy who worked for BuzzFeed in 2015 or whatever.
Where is he now? Yeah.
But I mean,
and kind of relating his growth in his career to watering his seed and watching it grow in gardens and stuff like that, which is cool. But yeah, I like the sound of the song is really good.
Not every song is like so well thought out. Like, some of them are just kind of like Feel So Good is just kind of like a general.
That's a bouncy, fun, drug induced beach day song, so I fuck with it for what it is.
Sage Time was cool, kind of in that same vibe.
After I nut, it's like a truck hit me. Crazy. Are we feeling these bars,
After
boys?
I nut, it's like a truck hit
Josh,
me.
are we feeling this? I wonder if he's heard the album. Let me call him. If he hasn't heard the album, I hang up on him. Okay? Deal? Welcome to the Rapcast episode 70, whatever. We are live in the studio. Josh, we want to ask you, Jay Pacey, did you hear the new Amine album yet?
I have not, no.
Okay, thanks anyway, Josh.
Thanks. Have a great one.
Thank you, Josh. We'll see you tomorrow. Okay, then. All right, there's Jay Pacey there. Moving on from there, I think it's you. Relatable, real track about how you can be your own worst enemy sometimes. It's all in your head. Self-deprecation
He went into
stuff.
some jazzy moments on that one.
I also think his singing
fucked with it.
and melodies have improved a little bit as well.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Cool about it.
That one's interesting.
The chorus was catchy.
Yeah, it didn't really stand out to me. I think the production's a little bit strange. It'll take me a few more listens to kind of get into it. Because I only listened to this album twice, one of them being today, because it dropped on... there was a random day in May out here that it was a really nice day. It was like 20-something, right? It's the first really nice day of the year. And then it was shit for 2 weeks and rainy and cold.
So you didn't want to listen
So I didn't want
to
to...
it.
Yeah, it's a summer album. I didn't want to listen to it. So I'm still getting into it.
That's going to be a good one. Here's the only track that I have a bit of issue with, History.
I like History. I like it.
I am kind of tired of the trope in music where it's like we're seeing each other and it's like we're fighting and then the next day we're having sex. Like we're this crazy couple.
Right.
We got so much history, my past.
Right.
Oh man, what's it like being in a toxic relationship?
Probably feels pretty cool.
She's crazy, but I can't get enough of her. Oh, what
She's got 2 different hair colors. This is wild,
it's
wacky
like
stuff.
love is some kind of drug situation, man.
I took the song as more so like reflecting on the history rather than it being a present day thing.
Right, no.
Because he's talking about how like the sheets remind him of her, which is maybe a little bit corny. But I fucked with the sentiment of it. Yes, it's a trope that is maybe played out at this point, but I think he did a serviceable job.
I'm
at
exaggerating it, but it just kind of gave me that vibe of Love Island.
I think melodically it was a very strong track. Writing wise, maybe not, but it's very catchy. Even with the beat being so minimal or liminal, I should say.
It didn't ruin it or anything. Just kind of annoyed me a little bit.
Sure.
But then we jump right back into with Vacay.
Oh, love it. Carefree vibes. Classic tongue-in-cheek Amine bars. He's getting a little bit raunchy. He's getting a little bit kind of having fun with it.
Yeah. He's got good sex bars, to be honest with you, though.
They have always rubbed me the wrong way up until this album, and now I'm I think I've gotten used to them, and now I'm okay with them. It used to kind of catch me off guard when he was talking about just some raunchy ass shit.
Now you're rubbing one out.
I am rubbing one out
while you're
right.
listening to it
live on the podcast. Make sure to watch us on YouTube for all you audio listeners out there.
It's like the most unromantic way of putting it.
Yeah, rubbing one out. Yeah.
Like it just happens.
Sometimes you do make love to yourself, and other times you rub one out.
So fucking true, man.
Get Amine on the phone too. I change all these rappers' careers here with my knowledge.
We need to burn some sage, bro.
Yeah. Next track, Familiar, nice dance tune. I wasn't sold on it as a single, but it found a home on the album. So
the piano was going on that one.
Yep,
that was cool. I like that. Yeah, Temptations didn't really do much for me.
It was fine. Doing the best I can. He has a refrain on there being saying, "I'm emotionally up and down. I'm emotionally up and down," which I think it kind of sums up this album to an extent of he's partying and having fun during the kind of shit hard times of his life kind of thing, where it's a very back and forth between these kind of two moods. Not my favorite song on there, Doing the Best I Can, but a little bit basic for me, but it's fine. Be Easier on Yourself is a self-affirmation anthem. Kind of has some Big Sean energy to it with some of the stuff he's saying on there of Big Sean's last album, but I fuck with it.
It's vibey. I like the production on that one.
Yeah.
And same with the next track, Raspberry Kisses.
Yeah, that's just a simple, solid summer tune. Poppy, but I like it.
13 Months was kind of the biggest track.
Has a switch up in there.
In terms of
he's spitting.
Artistically.
Yeah, he was trying some there.
That's the one where I think he does the best rapping flow.
Yeah, I think so.
Plus with the way the chorus comes in.
Yeah.
And then the beat switch so he was doing a lot on that one.
Yeah, it worked.
And it's kind of the thesis statement for, obviously, because it's named after the title of the album.
Mm-hmm.
And it impressed me. And then to go from that right to I guess there was another track, Changer.
I don't really
which I don't remember as much. But Arc de Triomphe was the
That's
big
great. Yeah,
single.
super catchy.
And I like that one.
Yeah, and the outro was fine. I like the 454 or 454 verse on there. Not my favorite song on the tape, but it's fine. Overall, I'd say the album is definitely solid. Maybe not his best in his discography, but I think delivered what he was trying to do pretty well. And a lot of these I'll be bumping for the rest of the summer for sure.
Faux show.
And Amine is now a mainstay in my library. And I'll consider seeing him in Toronto this October. So
Oh, sick.
maybe
That'd be dope.
maybe you'll join me. Maybe we won't be friends anymore. He's bald, everyone. All right.
I've been seeing this new TikTok comment like, "Oh, you're so funny. Please don't go bald."
Oh, yeah.
Like underneath every single.
Yeah.
Rico Nasty is another artist we've been paying attention to for some years now. She came up with some Kenny Beats collabs back in the day. Where was she like first featured in? I kind of forget.
Tia Tamero was big with Doja.
Right,
Doja
right. She's been making waves in the industry for a while now. Her last album was reviewed positively on this podcast.
Yeah, La Ruinas or some shit.
Yeah, it was very punk rock.
Yeah. Dark.
But kind of jumping around a lot of different
Yeah.
vibes. This newest album really like
Lethal is what's is the name of it.
really ups the theatrics of it all, and it kind of creates more of anthems and like stuff
Yeah.
that I can see really going crazy live.
She's an energy artist, I think, for the most part, and this is like the most energetic album I think to this point of hers. I think it's probably her most cohesive to the point. I liked her other albums because they were trying stuff, like even the Nightmare Vacation. There's a lot of good tunes on that one as well, but there was a few misses as well in terms of some styles she's trying.
Smack a Bitch was a great song.
Yeah,
off of that
iPhone,
one.
I love that one as well. But this one is the most like consistent, just like she knows what the fuck she's doing, and she's solid at all of these styles that she's trying. And the album's kind of sectioned off in different styles as well.
It works like theatrically
Because the
as well.
first two songs are like very like kind of anthemic and kind of like we'll bring that energy, and then she gets in like two or three kind of like almost like hyper poppy like breakbeat type of like Sonic Riders is how I relate to it kind of
Sonic
song.
Rider. Like on the track like Pink, which was one of my favorites.
Yeah, me too.
That was the real hyper pop.
Yeah, and she's leaning into it, which is fun.
Really like catchy choruses. Reminded me of like Powerpuff Girls or some shit,
Yeah.
you know, like. And she's rapping really fastly and skilled on some of these tracks.
Oh, for sure. I think it might be her best like rapping performance as well on this album.
Like some of her best raps are like with a high voice.
Yeah, I think "Eat Me" is one of her best rapped songs.
That was good, like OnlyFans type vibe on that one, especially.
Explain that OnlyFans type vibe.
Well, the songs are very sexual,
I
and
suppose.
there's one Soul Snatcher after that as
Right.
well.
Yeah, because it kind of goes into after the hyperpop stuff. It goes into like the proper like punk kind of energy for a handful of tracks.
They get into
Son of a
it-
Gun's like a real like almost like a metal like a really heavy song.
Yeah, like
Or sorry, that was Smoke Break I'm thinking of, but
it's just crazy that halfway through your fucking ears are being blown out,
yeah.
and then like by the end you're like kind of crying about her kid.
Yeah, because then it kind of slows up at the end and kind of delivers a little bit more of a somber mood. I'd say the song about her kid on her last album, I think it's called Chicken Nugget. I prefer that one sonically to this one,
Right.
But I still appreciate it.
Yeah, and the song Grave like was when it was starting to get more punky, and that's
Yeah.
when like I was getting like Cardi, the Playboy Cardi vibes a little
Right.
bit, but like I'm not trying to say she's biting that or anything.
I mean, she went on tour with him, I remember, years ago.
Okay.
And she wanted to die. I think
But,
she
like,
said,
yeah, the
because
fans were terrible.
to her, yeah. Even though I'd much rather see Rico Nasty perform
So-
live. I think it'd be a better show as well.
Yeah, I'm glad she made it through that
Yeah.
era.
To me, this album sounds like a Rico Nasty album in like the best way. Like no one else, like who else is doing the rap rock kind of stuff as good as she is right now? Like I don't think, because a lot of people that were doing that were chasing the bag, chasing the trend, and then kind of dropped off. But like she's stayed consistent with it and has gotten better at it. Like
Yeah, this blows Trippy Red out of the
Yeah, come
fucking
on now.
water. And she really deserves like a platform.
I think so.
It's just like star quality.
And she'll always have one on here on the Rapcast, Rico. If you're watching this,
For all the girls,
We love
gays,
you,
and
girl.
theys. Yeah, there was like a Good Charlotte type song on there. Crash.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that one. That one's like, kind of emo rock, early 2000s stuff. I like the melodies in that one.
Say We Did. There's like almost a Young Thug type flow, but it's
Yeah.
like under like a video game type
Yeah.
beat. There's certain songs where it's like, okay, this kind of sounds like a little Yachty flow from like
Right.
4 years ago, or whatever, you know. But
Yeah.
I
She made it
realize
her
that
own, though, you know?
she's influencing these other artists. Like, I think a lot of people don't realize that how long she's been around, and how
Yeah, for sure.
a lot of like, oh, well, you're biting this and you're biting that, but really
We don't know who's biting who here, really.
the influence goes both ways.
Yeah.
So
Kali Uchis, sincerely, no other R&B singer is putting out music as consistently and as good quality as Kali Uchis. She's dropping
and
an
in
album
as
a
many
year.
languages as
That's true. This one is no features, no Spanish, just straight up English, just like old school classic sounding R&B.
Yeah.
I do really like this album quite a bit. I've only listened to it twice. It does sound, the transitions are great, but it does sound very similar to each other. There isn't too much of a switch up. Towards the end there is, in terms of like sonically.
Right.
There's kind of a few more songs that have a bit more of like a 50s rock, like early kind of rock, like kind of tune to it. And the last stretch of songs, the Breeze, Sunshine and Rain, and I Love You So Much It Hurts, those are like, you know, that's a 1, 2, 3 punch at the end for sure. It's just, I really like it. I don't have too much to say about it other than that it's
just
it's
classic
commendable
vibes.
that she also like with the Red Moon and Venus album, you can argue she was chasing hits on that one with Moonlight and some of the other songs on there, kind of making more kind of poppy radio friendly singles, whereas this one she's just sticking to a fucking sound, and she delivers at it.
Yeah, I respect that. This is definitely a record type album where, you know, you just throw it on and you're in Cali world
Yeah.
until it comes to an end. It's very lush production,
Yeah.
high quality, kind of a timeless sound that she has.
Yeah.
Where like, this could have came out in the 70s or whatever. Like, there's nothing super new age about it.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't have really a bad album, in my opinion.
No,
like,
I don't think so. That's why I was saying like she's one of the most consistent R&B singers that we have right now. She's anything she puts her mind to, she can do, and she does it well. We'll look into the future here quickly to see what's coming up soon, and that's already dropped that we'll get to next time. Clips is probably one of the biggest ones of the summer. Pusha T.
Forgot to mention.
And is it going by Malice or No Malice now? I think it's No Malice.
No Malice. Because
they dropped the
Christian now,
yes,
so
they dropped the song Ace Trumpets, I think it's called.
yes.
Diamonds look like pee-pee. Good stuff. I think the whole thing's produced by Pharrell.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. There's a Kendrick Lamar feature on there that got them dropped from UMG. I don't know if you saw the headline there. And then like
Craziness.
Pusha T had to spend $1 million to get out of that deal, and then Jay-Z, Rock Nation, who Jay-Z and Pusha T had history beef wise.
Right.
And they picked it up, and it's in good hands now. So I'm excited for the whole album to release.
I did read Pusha T's GQ article. Don't remember anything that was said.
He mentioned Kanye being like, he's
yeah.
a genius, but we know we can't fuck with each other because he knows that I'll tell him how it is, and that he doesn't want that kind of energy type of thing.
Yeah.
He knows that I'm real and that he's not, kind of thing, is what he was kind of alluding to. I mean, to me, on the It's Almost Dry, the better beats on there were Kanye's for sure, so it's going to be interesting to see just a Pharrell tape here.
Yeah.
Pharrell produced tape. If it was Neptune's, I think I'd be a little more excited because with Chad Hugo's involvement, but they're Pharrell and Chad Hugo have beef as
Pharrell's
well. So
put
I
out
don't
some
know.
stinkers before,
Yeah.
but
I have faith.
yeah. Pusha T is one of the realest rappers around.
Yeah.
He doesn't always get the recognition he deserves, but he feels like kind of the last of a dying breed from that generation.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And he never switched up what he talks about or how he raps or the beats. He just made it better. Like,
Yeah.
So I'm really excited.
Anything else?
And I also
here?
listened to Hell Hath No Fury, which is a classic Clips album from like 2006 recently, and Mr. Me Too, one of the great songs from that era.
Nice. Snoop Dogg put out a new album called Is It a Crime? Better than the Missionary album with Dr. Dre from last year, I'll tell you that much. But still nothing too good.
I listened to like the first half of it, and like every song he's like, and I'm sipping on gin and juice.
Yeah.
And like every song is like
It's
referencing
it's so Unc-coded.
all of his classic
There's
songs.
a Sexy Red song, which is a standout, whether you like it or not.
It stands out.
It stands out for sure. New Worries, new song. They're going on tour. Everybody gets down. They're doing kind of like a dance song, which is cool. You listen to the Billy Woods album. I have not. You say it's good.
Yeah.
I'll listen to it.
A24 horror movie.
Beautiful.
But it's a rap album.
You listen to the Benny the Butcher. What is this EP album?
Benny the Butcher's falling off low key.
I think because all the guys are. Stove God Coast got to come and save the crew. I think. And Rome.
No,
Streets
West
as
Side
well.
Gun. I liked his last.
Yeah, but he keeps
thing.
dropping 2, and I don't hear anyone talking about it.
That's
it doesn't
'cause
mean that
it's-
the music isn't any good,
It's
but
because he does his music his own way,
Yeah.
and it's just you either like it or don't.
and the JPEG Mafia Flume album EP dropped. I didn't listen to that either. And
Also, I know Josh is gonna hate this, but Tom York had a crash out.
yes, he did.
Fuck, what the fuck, man? I gotta
We
take
should
all
call him
my
up. We should call him up again. And
take all
talk
my
about that.
Radiohead posters off because of this shit.
Yeah,
It's not about you, Tom.
yeah. But they made
It's
it
not
about
about
him.
you.
Didn't they make it about him though? Because they were saying that why isn't he saying anything? And then he said something, and people are mad that he said something.
Well, now he's just acting like a bitch.
Yeah,
Stand on business.
bitch made. Tom York was bitch made. You heard it here first on the Rapcast.
Yes.
Episode 70, whatever.
Thanks for watching.
We bid you adieu. Be prepared for next big episode we do. It's going to be a landmark episode. Even though all of our episodes are landmark, but that one's going to be even more so.
This is just going to be a routine
And if
episode.
you're Hamilton, maybe we'll clip this separately. Calling all Hamilton rappers R&B singers.
Hello.
We want you on this show, not in this space that you're seeing right now, but in a proper actual studio space that we will rent. And we want to get your opinions on the scene in Hamilton, in the GTA area. Please reach out. We'll be doing a campaign to get some people to... We already have some ideas of who we want. But if those don't work out for whatever reason, we want you.
Would-be rapper.
Yeah.
Why are you not famous yet?
Stupid? What are you, stupid or are you dumb? You
Use
would become
us
famous
for fame.
on this Rapcast just like we did with Joe Jazz.
Who doesn't love fame? I, for one, do. It's the only thing keeping me alive at this point.
And we
This
have
podcast is
no
only-
fame, so we know that he's really struggling here. So we'll help each other out. Come on the podcast. We'll have a good time.
And if you don't, I will self-harm.
On Mental Health Awareness Month.
And that's...
no less.
Yeah.
I was caught up in a sigh, yeah. She could cut me down in size.